In a world that's always evolving, where challenges come at the speed of change, resilience isn't just a buzzword, it's the foundation for growth and success. Welcome to Real Resilient Conversations.
Every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we bring you transformative discussions designed to build strength through dialogue. Whether you're a leader aiming to inspire, a team striving to collaborate, or an individual professional seeking growth, Real Resilient Conversations is your guide to thriving in today's dynamic environment.
Our mission is clear: foster emotional resilience, cultivate transparent communication, and empower businesses to adapt with confidence. Through our resilient leadership coaching, we don't just talk about resilience, we live it, lead it, and help you achieve it. When resilience becomes part of your culture, every challenge is an opportunity, every setback a lesson, and every team member a leader in their own right.
Real Resilient Conversations isn't just a show, it's a movement, a mindset, and a community dedicated to helping you and your organization thrive. Tune in every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and see the difference resilience makes. Be part of the movement and join the conversation live. Watch us on Twitch, Real Resilient Convos. Follow us on Facebook, Real Resilient Conversations with
In a world that's always evolving, where challenges come at the speed of change, resilience isn't just a buzzword, it's the foundation for growth and success. Welcome to Real Resilient Conversations.
every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we bring you transformative discussions designed to build strength through dialogue. Whether you're a leader aiming to inspire, a team striving to collaborate, or an individual professional seeking growth, Real Resilient Conversations is your guide to thriving in today's dynamic environment.
Our mission is clear: foster emotional resilience, cultivate transparent communication, and empower businesses to adapt with confidence. Through our resilient leadership coaching, we don't just talk about resilience, we live it, lead it, and help you achieve it. When resilience becomes part of your culture, every challenge is an opportunity, every setback a lesson, and every team member a leader in their own right.
Real Resilient Conversations isn't just a show, it's a movement, a mindset, and a community dedicated to helping you and your organization thrive. Tune in every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and see the difference resilience makes. Be part of the movement and join the conversation live. Watch us on Twitch, Real Resilient Convos. Follow us on Facebook, Real Resilient Conversations with Quita. Get inspired on Instagram at Real Resilient Conversations. Catch our videos on YouTube at Real Resilient.
In a world that's always evolving, where challenges come at the speed of change, resilience isn't just a buzzword, it's the foundation for growth and success. Welcome to Real Resilient Conversations.
Every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we bring you transformative discussions designed to build strength through dialogue. Whether you're a leader aiming to inspire, a team striving to collaborate, or an individual professional seeking growth, Real, Resilient Conversations is your guide to thriving in today's dynamic environment.
Our mission is clear: foster emotional resilience, cultivate transparent communication, and empower businesses to adapt with confidence. Through our resilient leadership coaching, we don't just talk about resilience, we live it, lead it, and help you achieve it. When resilience becomes part of your culture, every challenge is an opportunity, every setback a lesson, and every team member a leader in their own right.
Real Resilient Conversations isn't just a show, it's a movement, a mindset, and a community dedicated to helping you and your organization thrive. Tune in every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and see the difference resilience makes. Be part of the movement and join the conversation live. Watch us on Twitch, Real Resilient Convos. Follow us on Facebook, Real Resilient Conversations with Quita. Get inspired on Instagram at Real Resilient Conversations. Catch our videos on YouTube at Real Resilient.
In a world that's always evolving, where challenges come at the speed of change, resilience isn't just a buzzword, it's the foundation for growth and success. Welcome to Real Resilient Conversations.
Every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we bring you transformative discussions designed to build strength through dialogue. Whether you're a leader aiming to inspire, a team striving to collaborate, or an individual professional seeking growth, Real Resilient Conversations is your guide to thriving in today's dynamic environment.
Our mission is clear: foster emotional resilience, cultivate transparent communication, and empower businesses to adapt with confidence. Through our resilient leadership coaching, we don't just talk about resilience, we live it, lead it, and help you achieve it. When resilience becomes part of your culture, every challenge is an opportunity, every setback a lesson, and every team member a leader in their own right.
Real Resilient Conversations isn't just a show, it's a movement, a mindset, and a community dedicated to helping you and your organization thrive. Tune in every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and see the difference resilience makes. Be part of the movement and join the conversation live. Watch us on Twitch,
In a world that's always evolving, where challenges come at the speed of change, resilience isn't just a buzzword, it's the foundation for growth and success. Welcome to Real Resilient Conversations.
Every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we bring you transformative discussions designed to build strength through dialogue. Whether you're a leader aiming to inspire, a team striving to collaborate, or an individual professional seeking growth, Real Resilient Conversations is your guide to thriving in today's dynamic environment.
Our mission is clear: foster emotional resilience, cultivate transparent communication, and empower businesses to adapt with confidence. Through our resilient leadership coaching, we don't just talk about resilience, we live it, lead it, and help you achieve it. When resilience becomes part of your culture, every challenge is an opportunity, every setback a lesson, and every team member a leader in their own right.
Real Resilient Conversations isn't just a show, it's a movement, a mindset, and a community dedicated to helping you and your organization thrive. Tune in every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and see the difference resilience makes. Be part of the movement and join the conversation live. Watch us on Twitch, Real Resilient Convos. Follow us on Facebook, Real Resilient Conversations with Quita. Get inspired on Instagram at Real Resilient Conversations. Catch our videos on YouTube at Real Resilient Conversations. Wherever you are, Resilient Conversations is just a click away.
Real Resilient Conversations, leading by example, building strength one dialogue at a time, because resilience isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. It's Monday. Come on in. I'm so excited to see y'all. Happy June 23rd, and of course, happy Juneteenth. So for all my people that celebrated Juneteenth this past week, I hope you enjoyed it to the fullest, ate as much as you even thought you wanted to eat, and just celebrated like only you can. So welcome to Real Resilient Conversations. My name is Miss Quita. I am your host for here at Real Resilient Conversations and Consulting. We do this, welcome to your end of month fill up, because we do this every second and fourth Monday of the month. We do this using quirky, unique topics, ways that we can get you to realize how to become a more resilient you. So my assignment is really to acknowledge or to empower you with knowledge, laughter, love, joy, peace, and happiness with whatever challenges that may come. So while you're watching live, you're watching a rebroadcast, you snowed up, you're alone, you're listening to it as you're driving to work, or even on your way to take care of your kids tonight. Put it on, listen in, tune in when you can. I'd love to see you join in on the chat at any time. So if it's not for you, it may be for someone else. So I know it only takes a second, but if you could like, share, subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the great topics that we have. All right, so now the housekeeping is done. Go ahead and kick off your shoes, relax, get your snacks, and let's go ahead and get ready to jump into it. You ready? Are you ready? Yeah. So I want to go ahead and ask the question. For those of you who are able to be here on the last show, what does birthright to resiliency mean to you? I have hair stuck on me. There it is. What does birthright to resiliency mean to you? Put it in the chat so I can see those of you that are here. I'm excited that you decided to join. Thank you so much. For those of you who have not been here yet, that's okay. If it's your first time, welcome aboard. We love you. We appreciate you. We know you could have chosen anywhere else to tune into, and yet you chose here at Real Resilient Conversations and Consulting. So we appreciate you. All right. So with that being said, we do have a guest speaker as promised. So I'm going to go ahead and let you know what her bio is. Okay. So Adrienne the barber, if you've seen the ad, she is someone who has been shaped by real life. All right. She's undergoing the highs, the lows, the heartbreaks, and everything in between. So she believes that resiliency isn't something you chase, it's something you carry. And that was important when I heard that, right? She says she's learned to lead with purpose. She's learned to heal with intention. And she has kept moving even when it's been hard. And Adrienne, the barber, feels that her strength is not a surprise, because her resiliency is a reaction, is not a reaction. It is a reflection of God's purpose in her life. So because she is not just here to survive, she is rising through her strength each and every day. And so let me tell you, I want to introduce to some and bring along my family to others. She's been my friend since middle school. When I was doing Westover Steppers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Adrienne the barber. Let me see. Oh, wait, I don't see you on yet. Adrienne the barber, where you at? There
Hey,
you are.
hey, how you doing?
I ain't seen you.
I ain't seen your face in a long time. What's going on?
I know. We're doing good here. We are doing good here.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see you. It's about to be so so exciting as we get ready. The team is working out some of the kinks. That's okay. We're going to keep this thing rolling.
Hmm.
Adrian, tell people about yourself, where you from, what you do, how they can support you, all that good stuff, things you've done in the past. Just let the people know who you are.
Hi guys, I'm Adrian. I am from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Ooh.
Not born and raised, but well, not born there, but I was definitely raised there. That's how I know this
Mhm.
lovely lady, Quita. I am a barber. Right now, I'm in Atlanta. I've been moving around. I've been in from Texas to Atlanta, Hawaii. And the way you can support me is just by giving me all those prayers and well wishes for me to continue to do what I love and continue to just go on.
Okay, so tell them on your social media if they want to support Adrian the Barber, where can they find you?
Go to ego underscore versus vs underscore spirit, and then you'll
Oh,
be able to reach me.
all right. Ego underscore
Versus
versus
vs underscore
underscore.
spirit.
Come on, then. Your ego versus spirit. That's a whole
That's a
testimony
whole
in
nother
itself.
topic. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. Yeah,
I had to bring you back in for that one.
absolutely.
So here
Absolutely.
we're Resilient Conversations. We really explore strength, struggle, and stories, and everything in between, right? And so tonight, of course, our topic is birthright to resiliency. For those who weren't here for the last episode, weren't able to see it, that's okay. Go back and watch it from 2 weeks ago. But today, what we're doing is that we are allowing Adrian the Barber to really come in and share her resiliency story as it relates to her birthright to resiliency. And so when we define resiliency, of course, most people know it as your ability to recover, your ability to adapt to different and difficult situations. And when those setbacks and those challenges, those hard times come, how do you really jump over that hurdle? And when we're talking about birthright, that's what you have been born into. That's what you, uh, it's something, your rite of passage, so to speak, because you were born and here it is, it belongs to you. It is just all about how you access it. And so, Adrian, can you tell a time when you realized that it was your birthright?
Um, I think that when I became in my 40s, that I just started to realize the things that I've been through has been
Mhm.
um a learning tool, and it's strengthened me to just continue to keep going and just be strong, and because of my resiliency I continue to rise in my job, I continue to rise in myself and loving myself. I just continue to move forward because we can't stop, and God doesn't give us a spirit of fear. He doesn't That's not our birthright. Fear is not our birthright.
I know
um
that's right.
yeah, so yeah, in my 40s.
I think when we went to Puerto Rico for
Hmm.
our 40th celebration, it was
Hmm.
a eye opening for all of us. All of us were like, "What am I really doing?" And now this is a turning point. It was like a renewing and a growth. It was really a birthing time for us, for our goals, our visions, and where we really were sitting. And that was a monumental time for me. And I just appreciate that. Words can't explain how our girls' trips really have been changing and growing us individually and collectively as a family.
Hmm.
And I know Maya Angelou, I had said this at the last episode, but Maya Angelou said that you can't control all events that happen to you, but you
Hmm.
can decide how, not to be reduced by them. And I
Right.
know that you had a lot of situations in your life that could
Hmm.
have made you stop, right?
Right.
And told you, you know, this is all that you will be added to be, or this is all that you will be, because as we know, growing up, we have always heard something negative and tried to
Hmm.
associate it with us. And it has really been a I don't know if it's the right word, but a joy to watch you grow and who the things that I've seen you go through, the things that I know of, and yet the woman that you are today and how successful you are, how people are like, no, I gotta go and see Adrian because she gonna make sure it's right. It didn't matter if you were cutting hair, if you were cooking, if you had everything you put your hands to, God has always been blessing you to do it to the best.
So let me
So
let
it's
me
been
let me let me let me put two words together. Resiliency and favor go together.
oh, come on.
Yeah, resiliency and favor go together. because sometimes God's children, God's chosen, he ain't gonna let you fail.
Mm-hmm.
So that's intertwined, and it's not me. It really is
Mm-hmm.
not me. It's God. God is the one that's leading me and keeping me strong. Because if anybody knows my story, which I'll dib and dab into it whenever you're
Mm-hmm.
ready.
I'm ready
Um,
when you're ready.
yeah. So my story, I have been locked up. I have been in bad relationships. I'm going through a divorce right now. Um, yeah.
I'm
So
moved to tell.
yeah. So it is been kind of a hard little life, but my faith and my I got a praying mama.
I know that's right.
She has
Shout out to Mama
always,
if she
shout
watching.
out to my mom if you watching. I know she probably seen it because I have a praying mother. She's always prayed over me and always told me since I was a little girl that I was favored. But I didn't
Mm-hmm.
understand what that meant until I became older. Because even
Mm-hmm.
though I was locked up, I've never had a problem finding a job. I work with aerospace. I was a general manager of Planet Fitness. I've been a chef at Hotel Vin and Marriott. I've never had a problem with just moving on with my life. And it never was a period on the end. It was a
Mm-hmm.
comma.
I know that's right. Come on, girl.
Yeah. So um yeah, I can't give that. The resiliency is just not me, it's God. God is the one that's
Mm-hmm.
continuing to love on me when other people don't. Yeah.
Right. And I think because they don't understand what favor looks like
Mm-hmm.
until you're in a position to where now you have to look back.
Yeah.
Well, God gives
Yeah.
you an opportunity to look in the rearview mirror like, oh, I could have been if I
Mm-hmm.
had stayed there. And
Mm-hmm.
yet, because like they say, the rearview mirror is so much smaller compared to
Mm-hmm.
the front of your car. There's a
Mm-hmm.
reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
Your future is always bigger than what's behind you, than your
Mm-hmm.
past. And
Mm-hmm.
it's always a opportunity for us
Mm-hmm.
to grow and develop when we're looking at what my past looked like, right? When I said that, like you said, been in abusive relationships, neglectful relationships, been in hard times, I've been homeless. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and that was active duty. Like I told you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm active duty and still living in my car. Like these
Mm-hmm.
are things that people are like, but you don't look like it. I
Mm-hmm.
never would have
Mm-hmm.
thought. And it's just, I said, but the favor of God, I don't look like what I've been through. I don't even smell like smoke, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You are able to speak and know that where your joy, your peace, everything comes from God, then you're good with whatever comes. When you lose friends, when you gain friends,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, oh well, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
The
so
people
it
the people that's
is.
supposed to be in your life, the people in your that's supposed to be in your life is gonna be there. Because there's going to be peaks and valleys in any relationship, even with, that's with
Mm-hmm.
anything. And once you get up that mountain, it's always going to be a valley. And once you get down that, it's always going to be a peak. It never
Mm-hmm.
ends. We always are
Right.
conquering things, so we can be a better version of ourselves. And
Mm-hmm.
when I tell people the things that I've been through, they don't even believe me. They think I'm lying. They think because of who I am right now, they like, you.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, like my life has been a crazy ride, but
I agree. I agree.
it's been a crazy ride. But I just thank God for the lessons, because
Lessons and the blessings.
yeah, the lessons. I needed every lesson to become who I am right now, and I still got more
Mhm.
lessons to learn. I ain't done learning. When I'm done learning, I'll be dead. And I want
No,
people that's listening to realize this is the very first time that we are on this earth. We don't got the answers all the
mhm.
time. We learning in real time. This is a real time learning experience.
Mhm.
So give yourself grace. Give yourself
That was the
grace.
word.
Give yourself grace. And then the best apology, the best know-how is change behavior.
Ooh, come on.
Yeah.
Because that goes back to in relationships, right? When people say I'm sorry, but if the actions have not changed,
Mm-hmm.
now you're wondering how to adapt and adjust your resiliency. Do you take it and then you just move on with it, or do you
Mm-hmm.
say this does not need to move forward with me, and this is where I
Mm-hmm.
leave it?
Mm-hmm.
when it
It has
comes
to
to
it has to align with you. You're right.
with your purpose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And because people change, people grow. And I was talking to someone and they were upset about, or they were talking to me about divorce, and they were like, nobody should be getting divorced. And I said, do you realize who you were at 20 versus at 45 is a
Mm-hmm.
whole different person?
Yeah, it
And
is a whole.
along,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. Go ahead. Say what you were going to say.
It is. I believe yes, you're gonna be a whole different person. But in marriage, and we're gonna keep it biblical here.
Mm-hmm,
In marriage, and when you go to the altar, it says, "Do death do us part, sickness is health."
mm-hmm,
All that stuff. So you have
mm-hmm,
to realize that you're gonna be giving your partner grace through all of this time because they are learning. We're learning in real time, and we're doing
mm-hmm,
things together. And sometimes your partner might be here in their learning journey and healing journey, and you're here. So it can get frustrating. But it's
mm-hmm.
choosing your partner every time, and your friends, just not your partner in life,
Intimate
your
partner. Yeah.
friends. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think whenever you're choosing that person, and when you're a different person, that just means this person that used to want to go and party and hang out all the time versus this party that wants to do family stuff. Then along the way, along that journey, you should be learning, discussing, having conversations, conversing with each other about those changes. Like, hey, I know I used to like this, but now I want to do this. Or can we
mhm,
try this now? It has
mhm,
to be a constant communication. I think that usually people are getting divorces because their communication along the way somehow fail and they weren't able
mhm.
to adjust and adapt um,
Yes.
to those changes, or
Yeah.
they weren't able to communicate whatever changes they were dealing with internally.
It's,
And so
mhm.
now the other person is left to guess and try and figure it out. And then once frustration takes over.
Yeah, not all relationships end in divorce. I mean, end in because of cheating. Communication is probably
Right.
the, and finances are probably the top two because
Mhm,
when you have that breakdown in communication, that breakdown in trust, even within your
mhm.
communication, it causes a lot of resentment, and it can build up over time. So over
Correct.
time it's building up, and you think one partner think, okay, we went through that, but the other partner isn't hasn't gone hasn't
Heal through it.
yeah, went through it. So
Mhm,
it,
mhm,
like you said, it's just open dialogue,
mhm.
and just being honest with yourself and honest with your partner.
Yes,
Mhm,
absolutely.
mhm,
So is resiliency easy in the midst of the storm? And I know that the answer, of course, is not always
mhm,
yes, right? So what would you rather do in times, and this is a very transparent question. What would you rather do in the times when you realized you were in the most difficult times in your life? Would you had rather said, okay, I can be resilient and I need to just release this issue and move on? Or would you, at that time, would you have rather just gave in and said, woe is me, I'm having this depressed moment? Because I think honestly, we have both. Um, and so how did you deal with times where you were right in the middle and you knew you needed to be resilient, but which one did you choose and how did you handle it?
I chose two things can be true. I mean, two things can exist and still be true.
Mm-hmm.
So I am resilient, but I'm human too. I need to be able to feel. I need to be able to go through that emotion because if not, we're going to end up being hard. And I think that's why the world is so hard right now is because we can look at the
Mm-hmm.
TV and see a little boy get blown up and we just like, okay, let me change the channel. We're not
Mm-hmm.
feeling nothing because we see
Right.
it so much. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel what I'm going to feel. It may be look a little crazy about how I feel, but I really appreciate the times where I cried and yelled and screamed because now I know, okay, oh, this is what this feeling is.
Mm-hmm.
Let me associate that feeling with why. Like, why am I feeling this way? Like, and
Right.
then if you get to the root of the issue, then I won't go through that problem again. It's about, I mean, some people see the branches and don't see the root.
There
So,
it is.
yeah, I'm focusing on the root. And we can do
Good.
both. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think because most people don't be like, or they like, if you're so resilient, why are you handling it that way? And I'm like, I still need time to process so I can get
Yeah.
past it. Give me a
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah. Give me a
And I think
moment.
Right. As a resiliency coach and resiliency therapist, usually when I'm talking to people about it, they're like, but so you're telling me you don't go through anything? And I'm like, well, that's not true. I just
Mm-hmm.
know even in times that I'm dealing with it, people don't see the behind the scenes. They just see the
Mm-hmm.
happy go lucky, the loving dovey. Hey, how you doing? How can I help you? They look at it as people pleasing, and it usually is because I've had to do the healing behind the scenes and deal
Mm-hmm.
with my frustration, my anger, my disappointments behind the
Mm-hmm.
scenes. So that way I can still show up and be what people need me to be at that time.
What does your support
Um,
system look like? I'm asking you questions. What is your support? What is your support system look like when in that moment? Like what should people? What does it look like to other people when they're having a hard moment and they need to be resilient? Are they reaching out to people? Because I'm gonna speak to my for myself. It's sometimes when you go through stuff, other people are going through their own too.
mm-hmm,
So you have to, I'm learning to ask, hey, do you have the capacity to hear what I got going on right now? Because it can be
mm-hmm,
heavy to somebody else. It can
right.
be so asking. So what does that look like for somebody going through something?
Well, I mean, for me, I have different people that I go to for different things, right? For
Mm-hmm.
my spiritual leaders, I have, or my spiritual needs, I have spiritual leaders. For
Mm-hmm.
my social needs, I have people that I am in so different social circles. So then I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. This is how I feel about it. But for things that I'm just like personal, either I'm gonna probably talk to my mom. That's
Mm-hmm.
probably gonna be the first person. And then
Mm-hmm.
of course, y'all gonna know,
Mm-hmm.
and see, my mama just said, talk to someone you trust.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people that you feel that are not going to go back, and then as soon as they hang up the phone, they picking up the phone and be like, "Oh, girl, did you hear?"
Mm-mm.
Or "Hey, dude, what I heard." Those are not the people
Mm-hmm.
that I feel comfortable with anyway. But that goes back to discernment, right? My discernment usually gives me who I can talk to and who I shouldn't talk to. If I don't have peace when I get ready to talk to them, I'm like, they like, what? Oh, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what I was gonna say because now everything in me is saying it's not the right time nor the place.
Mm-hmm.
And then, all right, okay, just being me, Mo said, I have to talk to somebody I trust, definitely. That was on Instagram. And so, whenever you're looking at those people that you can trust, you realize that even the people that you can trust, at some point, not all of a sudden, there's certain things you're comfortable telling them, and there's other things you don't. And that's okay. When you realize that there are things that you are comfortable doing, and there's things that you're not. I think
Mm-hmm.
for me, like I said, I have different people for different circles. And then there's some things I just be like, I need to deal with it myself, stuff that I do in prayer, and that's just me in prayer time.
I have a question. I know this is
Mhm.
off topic. I need to change my camera to landscape, but y'all know
Okay.
I'm old. Y'all know I'm old. I don't know how to do that. I can hit this on them.
Boom.
Boom. Is that
There
how
it
you?
is. Oh, no, but you did it.
Hey, there you go. I did the best that I could with what I had. My bad.
It worked.
Okay. Bam. All right.
Okay. So resiliency is usually attached to childhood development.
Mm,
And because studies show that children with at least one stable, caring adult is
mm,
significantly more likely to develop resiliency even in adverse environments. Do you feel like
mm,
you had someone or a situation that taught you along the way or showed
mm.
you how to be resilient?
I mean, inadvertently, yes. I grew up in an abusive household. So my
Mhm.
mom was the caring parent.
Okay.
So inadvertently, it taught, it gave me some of that softness. And she
Hmm.
was the one that's saying, "Don't listen, da 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 da, da, and you can do this, and it's okay." So I guess maybe that taught me how to carry on, and then also sort of the treatment as I grew of being by myself. It kind of teaches you to that ain't nobody coming to save you. You gotta save yourself. And I've always kind of move like that, but that could be a negative and a positive. It is moving in survival mode all the
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
So You got to learn how to get out that survival mode. At some point in your life, you got to learn how to get out of survival mode. I'm still in survival mode. That's. I'm still learning how to operate outside of survival mode.
I mean, that's hard. I like for
Mhm,
me, I like to say I'm not surviving, I'm thriving. And
mhm,
even if it's just me manifesting it until it happens,
mhm,
I don't want
mhm,
to live in survival. You're in survival mode, your nervous system reacts, your muscles
mhm,
react, you have a physical reaction because you're still living in survival mode. So even if my money is
mhm,
funny, my body is hurting, everybody's like, you good? And I'm like, I'm thriving, when inside
mhm,
I'm like, I'm not. So a little bit, somebody
mhm,
else might think you lying to yourself, stop manipulating yourself. Other people are like, you're manifesting what you want it to be. And I, like you said, both can be true at the same time.
mhm.
if part of me needs me to lie to me until I can get there, what they say, faith it until you see it.
That's not a
When I
lie
see
though,
it, I faith it.
Quita.
Hmm?
Quita, that's not a lie.
Oh,
That's that's
why not?
that's uh that's being real with yourself. That's not a lie. That's being real with
Yeah.
yourself. I have to speak over myself because you
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna do it. The other people
Right.
around you not gonna speak life over me, so I'm gonna speak life over myself, regardless if I'm going through something or not. I think that is a truth because both end.
Right. And that's why I said, because it all
So
depends on who you
yeah,
talk to.
don't.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm
Mm-hmm,
doing the best I
mm-hmm,
can with the tools God gave me, so I'm gonna use it.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, and you doing
Um,
well. You doing well. You can't tell you going through anything. So you're doing well.
but to God be the glory. Because
Yeah, for sure.
so
For
another
sure.
thing is about community, your culture, your identity, and
Mm-hmm.
who you are. It's helping to preserve your resiliency.
Mm-hmm.
Surrounding yourself with positive people or people that you trust, heading in a direction that you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell Eb, when I'm looking, I'm like, hey, Adrian, always doing it. Let me tell you something. And you might not see it, but you are yet a inspiration to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Inadvertently, but you're inspiring somebody else. It's some young boy that coming in there getting their haircut, or a young lady that's coming in there getting their haircut, and they like, dang, they hooked me up. I'm trying to be
Mm-hmm.
like her when I grow up. You don't
Yeah.
even know it, but you changing
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
One
I've
day
been
at a
hearing that
time.
lately. But it's hard to when you in it, it's hard to see it. I
Mhm.
manage a ESCO, which is Two Chains Club, and I cut hair.
That's why you
And
tired.
that's why I be tired all the time. I just left I remember I told you I was in a meeting. I was in a meeting
Mhm.
with some of the girls who work there. So I'm always grinding. I'm always making sure that I'm all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me tell you, when I think about the resiliency that you have done, even throughout your adverse reactions or adverse environments, excuse me,
Yeah.
um, I think like who has been in your community, who has been your community, so where you feel like they have helped you to preserve your resiliency.
Y'all, I got a circle of four girls or three girls.
Hmm.
And y'all, I mean, I might not reach out to y'all a lot because when I'm going through, I think God puts me in seasons of isolation
Hmm.
because I gotta deal with myself and God gotta
Hmm.
deal with me. So it'd be like, okay, well, let me deal with myself and let God take care of me. And if I need
Hmm.
to reach out, then I'll reach out. I
Hmm.
know that you guys are just a phone call away. So, and my mom is a big part of my circle. I can
Hmm.
call her and she gonna call it what it is. She's not gonna sugarcoat it. She gonna tell me what I did wrong, how I can do better, and don't do it again. And pray. Good night. Yeah, and that's what
But
I
it's why I
need.
love her. But
Yeah,
that's
I
why I
need
love
that.
Mama Vanna.
I need that cutthroat love. I need that to tell me you messing up. You need
Hmm.
to tighten up. Yeah.
I guess, and then I'm the friend that's like, I love you. It's gonna be okay, friend.
Mm-mm. No,
I give
I'm.
I give
Mm-mm.
the hugs afterwards after you done got the cutthroat, and then you were like, "This is
Yeah.
what I went through," and I'm like, "Why you didn't tell me?"
I ain't been. I ain't been telling y'all nothing. I know y'all got stuff going on, so I just been thugging it out. Yeah.
I'm like, everybody got stuff, but that's what sisterhood is about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Having a real sisterhood when
Mm-hmm.
everybody in today's culture and society, nobody's trusting anybody. So to have a
Mm-hmm.
sisterhood is still a powerful thing. So make sure that you have someone, like you said, you can trust. This sisterhood is my small circle of people
Mm-hmm.
that I can trust. Y'all know me since school, and we
Yeah.
still rock.
Y'all know me.
Everybody has grown differently and along the
Mm-hmm.
way,
Y'all,
right?
we've known each other before we even knew what was going, knew ourselves, you know.
Mhm,
So it's been a beautiful journey, just being around you guys and just seeing all of you grow into the lovely women that you have, lovely ladies that
mhm,
you have, and just growing and thriving and moving through all the adversity that we have individually. So,
mhm. What type of affirmations do you give to yourself?
ooh, um, wow, that's a good question. I am worthy. I say that a lot. I've been talking to the younger self, my younger self, and
Mm,
just and loving on that little girl, the love
mhm,
that I didn't get.
mhm.
Um, and it has helped me mend my relationship with my father. So I have a relationship with my father now.
Oh,
Uh,
amen. That's
yeah, yeah. I am worthy. You are safe.
mm.
Yeah. There's nothing you cannot do.
I know that's right. We already
Yeah.
talked about that paper thing.
Yeah, favor is a oof. That's another
Mhm,
story, but definitely you are worthy, you are safe,
mhm.
and there's nothing you cannot do.
Yes.
Mhm.
Grace, mercy, and favor are like my three
Yes,
that I live off of. You hear
yeah,
me?
yeah. Grace, mercy, and favor.
um,
Yes.
yes. So let me see. Here on Instagram, it said question. It says we as Black men see that Black women have developed groups or yourself ways to solve problems. Our nature is to solve the problem. Where do we go for that fulfillment? He said
That's
he
a
was
good
taught
question.
for us to do.
That's a good
And
question. So, can you read the question one more time?
yeah, it said we as Black men see that Black women have developed groups for yourself,
Mm,
ways to solve problems. Our
mm,
nature, I'm guessing, as Black men, is to solve the problem. Where do
mm,
we go for that fulfillment? So if they're
mm.
not able to fulfill that role as a man to solve the problem, because we have each other, we have groups. I guess he's asking where do they go from there because they were taught to help fix the problem.
Well, I work in a black barbershop
Yeah.
with black men. With
Hmm.
black grown men. One thing, and I'm not, this is definitely another conversation to be had, but something in being a black female in a black barbershop, I have seen that black men were taught not to show emotion and is
Hmm.
detrimental to the dynamic between in the household. So we have to start there because
Hmm.
if you can't talk to a black woman, who can you talk to?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there.
All right, so back to communication, like we talked
Mhm.
about earlier. If you're not able to have everyday conversation outside of sports, outside of your kids,
Mhm.
outside of work, what are
Mhm.
you conversing with each other about? And
Mhm.
how are you growing each other, developing each other's dreams, visions, goals? How are you helping to build each other up? I think is a big thing.
Mhm.
And at least in my perspective, I'm not saying
Mhm.
that it's 100% right, but from
Mhm.
Miss Quita's perspective, I
Mhm.
support my men,
Mhm.
but at the same time, I'm like, I need you to talk to me. I,
Mhm.
I can't I can't tell you what I need if I don't even know what you're capable, right? Or
Mhm.
what capacity you're able to help.
Mhm.
Um, and so I had someone else tell me that they ask the question, do you have the capacity? Or if someone brings you something and you're listening, you say, I was happy to listen, however I don't have the capacity to help you at this point.
Mhm.
And I was telling him, I said, I think because I'm a recovering people pleaser,
Mhm.
right, because I want to help everybody. I'm like,
Mhm.
God, if you put them in my realm, it's for me to help. And sometimes it's not God putting them in the realm. Sometimes it's the enemy putting them in there to try and trick you up and use your resources. And so using that, making sure that you're utilizing your discernment, and really being prayerful about it and saying, I know what you're saying, give me some time to pray about it and I'll get back to you, is a important aspect when you are outside of just you, if that makes sense. When you're practicing self-compassion and adaptability, what are some things that you find yourself doing?
Say that
You're
one more
looking
time.
at when you're practicing self-compassion. So you're being compassionate for yourself, and adaptability. What type of things do you find yourself doing to accommodate?
I go outside. I
Okay.
go outside to love on myself. I do the things that I love when I'm practicing compassion to
Okay.
myself. When I make a mistake at work, I realize it's just a mistake and I correct it and I move forward. Or when I'm not too good to a friend, I apologize.
Mhm.
I give myself grace in that. I think that's loving on yourself, compassion. I think that all of
Mhm.
that is entangled in. So
Yeah.
I just loving myself, just doing small things is loving on yourself and showing compassion.
Hmm. I think
Mhm.
a lot of self-care is important. So for me, I enjoy being around people, but when I don't want to be around people, I enjoy my solitude time. I
Mhm.
enjoy laying in the bed, playing my little game on my iPad, watching cartoons or murder mysteries, true crimes, and I'm good. But when it's time for me to be around people or to do other things, and I like to paint or craft
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
um, find places where I can speak and uplift and encourage other people, it reinvigorates who I am, and really
Mhm.
strengthens my bond with myself.
Mhm.
And like you said, the little girl that was like, I just want to help people. Now this gives me the opportunity to help people just on a
Mhm.
larger scale.
And in the gym, and I heard you say that you like to talk to people.
Hmm.
I thought about the gym because I like to go to the gym.
Hmm.
When you are motivating people, and I'm correlating this with the gym,
Hmm.
when you can fix your body, you can fix your life. Because everybody, when you're in a positive atmosphere and when you're motivating people, it's that
Hmm.
energy of positivity that's thriving in a room. You can walk in a room and you can feel like everybody has a common thread or
Goal.
common goal. Yeah.
That's important. I wish that, I felt usually when I go and work out, it's like here at the house. I got a little app that I watch. I'm like, oh, put my leg. Because then I'm like, if I go to the gym, I'm gonna be people watching. I'm gonna be like, what's going
Oh
on?
my
I'm a
God.
people watcher, and it's because like as a sociologist, that's what I do. I'm watching the environment of people, how people are moving, the energy of people. That's just the sociologist in me,
Mhm.
but. So I don't go places that I know my brain is going to be working overtime because I'm watching people.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. If I go to church, I need to sit in the front. Don't sit me in the middle. Don't sit me in the back because I'm looking to the left. I'm looking to the right. I'm getting distracted. It's horrible. Put me in the
Yeah.
front. Thank you.
Yeah. So you can pay attention.
Right. Have you ever journaled?
Yes, I'm actually journaling right now. Like I have a journal and I journal. And how I start off every conversation is Dear God. So it's my
Oh,
letter to God about how I'm feeling that day. If I'm angry or if I'm frustrated, if I cried, those tears hit that page. And once I done, I say in your mighty name. And I close it and that's my prayer to him. Mm.
that's why you don't be telling us nothing. I'm just playing. You already done you went to, look, as I say, you already talked to the manufacturer. It's outside of my state. Okay.
Hey man, I'll be trying to. I didn't loaded y'all up for years of stuff. So I think that I can give y'all couple of decades off for a little bit.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I can give
So,
y'all a
of
couple
course, I
decades.
want people to know resiliency is not about perfection, right? I always realize that resiliency is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about presence. It's about purpose. It's about persistence. Be
Mhm.
present. Make sure you're walking in your purpose when you're doing it. Be persistent. and make sure that whatever you're doing, you are present. Be present in the moment. Don't live in the past. Don't worry too much about the future. Have goals, but don't dwell so much there that now you have caused yourself anxiety and you're so far in the past that you have caused yourself depression. And as someone who has dealt with depression and anxiety, was on medication for both for years, off and on, been through therapy for it for many years. My cousin is on here. She's a therapist. I know that she can attest to the things that people go through, and it's usually because of their past or their future that they're so concerned with them being present in the moment is because they don't know how to deal with as they focus on the past or as they focus on the future. And so when you are journaling, that's like your quiet time to say, this is what I'm feeling because of the past. This is what I'm feeling because this is what I want to do in the future. How can I be stronger? And how can I do the things that I have been called to do in purpose? And I was telling my mom yesterday, she was like, they are pulling her to do things in the church. And she was like, I guess I've been running long enough. It's time for me to walk in my purpose. I said, well, I be running because that is a lot of work and a lot of
don't run.
And I said, my mom said, you jump in and then you be like, oh, that's too much. And you jump right back out like, no. I'm gonna just do our purpose on a lower scale. She said, it's because you don't want the expectation and you don't want to fail. And that's what it is.
I think
people look
is
at
your
the
mom
failure
watching?
as she probably is at work now. She got to be at work at 9:30, but she might still be on listening.
Okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was going to say, she just is always reminding me, like, you have so much to give to people, and yet you're calling your love for people, your love for God, in the way that God uses you to love on people. And I told her, I said, even when I'm hosting at my different events, when I go up to people and they like, oh, Miss Giggles, do I get a hug? I don't get no hug. I said, most of the time, because honestly, we need about 8 hugs a day in order for us to feel appreciated, loved, seen, heard. And if they're getting 1 to 2 hugs from me, that's all that they are getting to fill their bank. They are like hugging, holding on. And I'm like, hey, baby, you okay? But it's because people understood how much human interaction, like we talked about earlier, childhood, that early development, showing that love, that compassion, that support, that understanding, instead of just saying, get out of here, grown folks talking, it's taking a second to say, what is it that you need and how can I help you? I want to hear what you have to say, but right now, these are things that you don't need to listen to. What can I do to help you? And then I need you to find somewhere else to attend to. But instead of saying, get out of here, we talking, and we'll need you in here, we are showing them that their voice is not important. And so developing that even in relationships, I'm busy right now. No, I ain't got time to talk to you. Now their voice feels like it's not important. And Zeke said, yes, we need them hugs.
Yeah, we need all the hugs, man. We need
Right.
all the hugs. Yeah.
I said,
I'm
it's not
past
a 2-arm embrace. It's a 1-arm pat on the shoulder. How you doing? You looking good today. I'm glad you came out. It's the appreciation that I think we are lacking in today's world. So they feel like they are less than. So in order to build up their resiliency, I do it little by little with my purpose of showing the love of God and reminding them that they are important, that they're seen, heard, and appreciated.
Do you know what I do lately? I don't do the hugs because I don't know what you got on you. So don't hug me. But I do tell people I appreciate you. After every sentence, I say a lot of people don't hear that a lot. Is I appreciate you. And after a while, you tell them enough, they start to believe you. So yeah.
And I think because that's why when I come and I'm in my solitude time, it's me shedding off all of everybody else's heaviness, all of their frustrations, all of their disappointments, because then as an introvert, I take it on and I say, let me take some of that off of you. And then at the end, now I have to, now I got to call my person that I call for that and be like, I just need you to help me to release some of this heaviness. Okay, well, Quita, you've been around people, you've been peopling for 3 days, 4 days out the week. Yes, you need to decompress, you need to shed some of that energy that you picked up along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to know when you got to take some time. Will or Adonis, he was one of our speakers last month. He know I'd be like, he was like, you heavy. I'm like, very. It's
Yeah.
like a ton of weight, and then I can feel it. It's in my shoulders, it's in my neck. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
who have you been around? And I'm like, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
I start to pay attention. To a part of resiliency is paying attention, having that discernment of
mhm,
when I'm around people, how it makes me feel.
mhm,
And if I need to be around that person or, or those people, because, and sometimes they don't know
mhm,
that that's what they're doing, but you have to have
mhm,
the discernment and the resiliency to say, I want to hug on you, I want to love on you, but I
mhm,
need you to love on yourself first,
mhm.
and then
This is true. It's sometimes that I feel it, and then I'm like, oh, mm-mm. So then I wave like, hey, baby, how you doing?
mhm,
All right, and I keep it moving. But like you said, that discernment kicks in. It's like it kicks up dust, and I'm like,
mhm,
oh, mm-mm.
mhm.
Okay. Hey, it's good to see y'all. Thank y'all for coming out.
But keep giving them hugs. That might be your purpose. That to as a part of
hmm
your healing. Hmm.
hmm Yeah, I think, like we were talking about growing up. I mean, we were at this household, we were at this household, we were at that household, we were in between different family members' households. So sometimes you got hugged, sometimes you got yelled, sometimes you got,
Hmm.
it just depended on what household you were in. Sometimes you had to fend for yourself. It just depended on how and where you were located.
Hmm.
However, like you said, the tests and the trials of life that God allowed you to go through make you who you are today. And so
Hmm.
somebody said, I love how beautiful your spirit is. And I said, if only you understood what it took to get here.
Yes.
It's not always easy.
Yes. Yes.
So I know that we are close to our time. I didn't want to take too much of your time. I know that you have two jobs and you're a busy woman.
Yeah.
Um, I hope that y'all enjoyed tonight's show. I pray that we have said something that really jump started your resiliency, really leapt your inner child and said, okay, now I think I'm ready to take on this thing called life just a little bit more.
Mhm.
Adrian the Barber, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing
Thank
your story,
you.
coming in, giving us your journey along the way, just bits and pieces,
Mhm.
which is what makes you so phenomenal and makes you so amazing as
Thank
a
you.
woman, as a human, as someone who is going through this transition in your life. Know that you will
Yeah.
always have the support of your sisters. We will
Yes.
always be here to love on you. Um,
Yes. Thank
Again,
you.
if people want to follow you, once again, can you tell me again? It's ego underscore versus ego spirit, right?
Yep. ego_VS_spirit. And that's another conversation right there. That's another topic
I
for you.
know. I'm
Mm,
ready. I told
yeah.
you when you're ready to have that, I'm ready.
Yeah. That's a long one. Yeah. I'm ready when
So
you
if
are.
we said, I'm ready all the time, huh? You let me know when you're ready to come back.
I got you. I got you.
Right. If we have said anything that has jump started your resiliency, and you really want to make sure that you tune in, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, tag somebody, make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the great things that we have that are coming up in the future. My R2C, my Real Resilient Conversation crew, thank y'all so much for joining. If you joined in for the first time, I hope that you loved exactly and got exactly what you need for today. If not, come back. We always have different conversations, different topics. However, it still circles around resiliency.
Mhm.
So come back on the 14th of July. 14 July, because we do this on the 2nd and the 4th. I have to tell y'all dates because y'all be like, well, when's the 2nd?
Second,
All
and
right.
when's the fourth?
When's the 4th Monday? So come back on the 14th of July. We
Mhm.
are going to have a discussion called Unwritten Rules.
Okay. I like it.
Yes. So
Yeah.
unwritten rules will be on the 14th of July. It is a sin to be good when God has called you to be great. Remember to continue to walk in your purpose. We will be back here, same time, same place, in the same space, in the same pace. I love you. Thank you so much. Love, peace, joy, and happiness. I pray unto you until we meet again. Y'all have a good night.
Peace.
always evolving, where challenges come at the speed of change, resilience isn't just a buzzword, it's the foundation for growth and success. Welcome to Real Resilient Conversations.
Every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we bring you transformative discussions designed to build strength through dialogue. Whether you're a leader aiming to inspire, a team striving to collaborate, or an individual professional seeking growth, Real Resilient Conversations is your guide to thriving in today's dynamic environment.
Our mission is clear: foster emotional resilience, cultivate transparent communication, and empower businesses to adapt with confidence. Through our resilient leadership coaching, we don't just talk about resilience, we live it, lead it, and help you achieve it. When resilience becomes part of your culture, every challenge is an opportunity, every setback a lesson, and every team member a leader in their own right.
Real Resilient Conversations isn't just a show, it's a movement, a mindset, and a community dedicated to helping you and your organization thrive. Tune in every second and fourth Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and see the difference resilience makes. Be part of the movement and join the conversation live. Watch us on Twitch, Real Resilient Convos. Follow us on Facebook, Real Resilient Conversations with Quita. Get inspired on Instagram at Real Resilient Conversations. Catch our videos on YouTube at Real